Hey Claiborne, it's Friday. As you remember, a while back I started a space station mock and had shared a small modular system. I have continued to work on that because I wasn't happy with how small it was, so today I'm back for an update, as well as a request for help from you and our internet friends. As I'm building this out, I want to talk a bit more about some of the things that were really important to me as I was doing this. First, the more boxy shape. I wanted hard edges rather than curves. I'm sort of going for something that feels a little less sleek and more gritty and nascent in the space age. Second, the size. I settled a little while back on needing 8 studs interior. This allows for the standard minifig 3 to 4 studs as well as equipment and such. In the current structure, it does leave a much larger outer shell. The large outer shell is so that I can have a double hole, with each hole having studs on it and an air gap between them to run tubes and wires and such when I start adding detail. Finally, in order for it to be modular, I needed a way to combine elements, which for me means having the options of stud or tubes on both sides of the capsule. On the old capsule system, I accomplished this with the connector ring, but in this new structure, I may be forced to build 2 different connector rings. I tested this on a smaller 2x8 plate and then swapped it for an 8x8 once I got a good feel for the ring structure. I probably could just stack rings, but having a base size for each module of 8x8 made a lot of sense to me. And because I'm using the larger plates, I can copy and paste the same thing on top and bottom, which leaves a little room in the middle for a different kind of wedge and gives me the studs on both sides that I want. So here's where I need your and our internet friends' help. I'm at a pretty good place with this build now, I think, and it's time to start adding in the details, so I'd love if anyone wanted to help by downloading one 8x8 space and building a module. At present, I know that I will need a dormitory space, a rec and hygiene area, and a kitchen, as well as a lab, computer and monitoring systems, and storage. To get the module structure, you can find a link on our Patreon in the description below. Both this and the previous version are available to anyone. You don't have to be a Patreon, but you can be if you want to be. Finally, LEGO does have an 8x16, so if you think you need a longer unit, use that. Next week, I'll have figured out how to snap individual units together, Claiborne, and we can start putting together modules as people submit them. And maybe we can work out a reward or something for those that submit designs that end up being used. Talk to you soon.